What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we have a surprise modification to our dad's Toyota 4Runner. We've been working with Magnaflow a little bit in the past and they've developed a brand new system. So Mike, why don't you show Dad what the new goodie is that we got for his truck.
So this is your new high-tuck exhaust system.
This is their Overland Series exhaust.
Pretty much what I put on the Tacoma.
Oh cool.
And you have,
wow.
So,
oh boy.
You know, old dad quiet to a little bit louder.
I mean mom quiet.
Mom quiet. So it's a really cool setup, just depending on how loud you want it. Because I know you don't want it crazy loud.
It's an Overland Series, so there's no exhaust tip showing, so
yeah,
like,
you won't see it.
Yeah, everything's all nice and hidden.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's over on this side here. It'll be gone.
Okay.
So it'll look cool. And this is probably one of the first major modifications with almost 90,000 miles on the 4Runner.
We did the running boards, we did the vinyl, bug guard, and window tint.
That's that other block off. So yeah, what do you think?
I think it's cool.
Yeah. And you don't even have to do any work.
Yeah, no, great. That's the best part.
So yeah guys, we are going to get to work installing Magnaflow's new Overland Series on the 4Runner. We have the same system on Mike's Tacoma and he loves it. And I think for Dad's SUV, he obviously doesn't want it crazy loud or anything. And this one you can modify it and customize it with the kit. Like that's how Magnaflow has designed it. And then with the 4Runner all ready to go and get this thing installed, we have everything laid out. We have all of your different clamps. You even got a pretty sweet Overland patch. That's pretty neat. Got the instructions and everything. And then here is the magic of their cool system. This is basically going to eliminate drone and tone it down if needed. So this piece is basically going to go on that side, but kind of like that, and eliminate some sound. But if you want it a little bit louder, you can just cap off the pipe. So here is the tip as well. It's going to replace the factory one and be nicely tucked underneath. And we have the two other pipes and a big old Magnaflow muffler. So to begin the installation of the new Magnaflow exhaust, we have a 14mm socket and we're detaching these two bolts with the springs on them. All right, one turn of that one, not too bad. But now we'll just take the ratchet and further loosen these bolts. So with the front two bolts off, there's two more bolts that are behind the muffler. However, at least in this particular situation, the nuts are well down the bottom and you can only get to them from the top, which is kind of hard to do at this angle. So we're just going to take all the hangers off and lower it. But the way we do these, it's pretty simple. Spray the post and the rubber with some more of that liquid penetrant or any type of WD-40. And then either use a set of channel locks or a flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to slide the flathead from the back and kind of help pop it off. Just like that. So really easy to do. They're really not that bad. And then basically get the beveled part out. And you can kind of use your hands a little bit and pull it off like that. The lubricant spray really helps a lot. Alright, we're almost down now.
Get it?
Yeah.
Alright, so try to come towards me.
Alright, so under here it's kind of hard to see, but it's those bolts right there that are on top. So a little bit tricky to get to when it was up, but now should have some access. That loosened it a little bit. Alright, so off camera for a little bit, we've been working on getting these upper bolts loose. They are crazy tight, so we have been using a floor jack handle on the end of the heavy duty ratchet, and we got them loose. We just basically had this attached, and while he held it on, I would push with the leverage. So it took a little bit, crazy tight, but now you can see we've got them loose enough to where he can do it by hand. And it still is crazy tight the way they are.
So we have our center block stacked up here with our jack. So that way we can raise the frame up and separate from the axle.
Basically the frame and axle, it's too close, so it's hard to get this out of it.
Yeah.
So we're just lifting it up like 2 inches just to hopefully wiggle it out. There we go.
That worked. Got it?
Yep. We just needed a few more inches and we didn't even lift it high enough to get the tires off, just enough to get the axle and the frame rail a little bit higher. All right, so with that all out, that wasn't the worst thing in the world, just a little bit hard to getting those 2 tight bolts out. Mike's gonna go ahead and fire it up with no muffler. We'll get Dad's reaction to technically almost a straight pipe 4Runner. Not many 4Runners I think are straight pipe, but we have the big old muffler chilling and the old tailpipe. So pretty cool to see the size difference of everything. So this is gonna be interesting. Not bad actually.
Yeah, that's loud.
Hopefully the Magnaflow is probably a little bit more tone than that, but that was pretty cool sounding. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. So with that all out of the way, it's time to install the new Magnaflow Overland Series exhaust. So we have the big old muffler. We're gonna do this first just because it's the heaviest thing, and I think everything else will really easily piece together. So from there, I gotta say I love working on a truck with so much height. So used to doing everything on a low car. But we have all the 3 hangers down here. I've sprayed the holes with more of that liquid penetrant oil just to make it slide onto the metal pieces a little bit easier. And just using my one leg here to hold it, we'll basically just slide this in. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh yeah. All right, that one is in. And then same thing for the back once you can't see it, but pretty easy to do that. All right, muffler is in place, fitting very well. Next out, we have the forward pipe. You can obviously tell which one it is, and it even has a nice beveled area for the flange that's gonna fit this gasket material that's definitely part of the upper portion of this exhaust. So I like how they've done it. Obviously Magnaflow is a top-notch brand, so they're gonna make everything fit perfectly. But I'll slide this in here and pull it back a little bit just to line everything up. And then we have the other hanger. And I gotta say, spraying everything with WD-40 or whatever really helps a lot. Just makes everything slide in so easily. And of course I made the rookie mistake not putting this on yet. Alright, so I redid that, got the clamp on in the orientation where the bolt is gonna be on the bottom. Next up, we're gonna put the factory bolts up front with a little spring, and I'll go ahead and tighten these ones down because obviously this piece is gonna be fixed since we have a flange, and then we can line everything up from here. Moving to the pipe over the axle, I'm not sure which way is the best way to get it over. We'll start right here. All right, and then I can just slide it up on top of this part back here. All right, so we're gonna start off with the loudest mode, which is just the little small cap that says Magnaflow. And then I'll just go ahead and tighten that one down. We'll test it out like this, and then we'll try the other one and get a good before and after. So to move on to the tailpipe portion, I have the clamp on it, and this pipe up here is loose. That way I have some extra wiggle room. And I already went ahead and sprayed the rubber hanger with the liquid penetrating oil. So I'm gonna slide that up there, and then just sliding this hanger forward and kind of pushing this back a little bit and get it on. All right, so that is about installed. That's a nice loose fit. So to tighten the one on the back side of this muffler, I'm gonna keep my hand up here to push the front of that out of the way of this piece of metal. That way we don't have any rattles. But now that there's like a 1/2 inch gap, then I will start tightening this. Well, it looks like I got a whole little bit. So that way we're not gonna have any rattles, and I'll tighten it all the way down. So with everything all done, you can see the new location for the tailpipe. The old one stuck out like right here. So it is nicely tucked away. Obviously he's never gonna hit it on anything, but everything is looking really good, nice and tight. And then going towards the center, you can see the new Magnaflow muffler with just the end cap. So this is the louder of the 2 configurations. So now, let's go ahead and get our first start up. I'm sure it's gonna be a little bit quieter than what we just heard with the straight pipe, but all right, and we'll see if we get Dad's approval or not.
I want to hear it too.
Pretty much stock, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it sounds about the same.
Nice little bump compared to stock. Definitely not a loud system. So even while while cruising, you don't really hear any drone or anything.
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear it. We're not in the 4Runner often, but you can definitely tell it has more of a low grunt to it. When we're cruising though, it pretty much goes away, but it can be quieter, and I think Dad's gonna like the other setting.
So back at the house, after the first test drive, we'll get more of our thoughts once we're driving it. Now with this piece on, so this is basically gonna take sound waves and cancel them out to make it less droney and quieter. There really wasn't any drone or anything annoying the way it sat, quite honestly. So they definitely did a good job making it very livable, even if you go for the loudest setting. But, you know, we need this to be mom and dad friendly, so quieter is going to be better.
So that was a mild acceleration. Not crazy loud, huh?
Sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, you don't really hear any crazy sounds or anything.
I don't think it's groaning quite like the other one.
Yeah. It might a little bit depending on your acceleration, but if you're just cruising like this, it might be to you and me, Bri, we're definitely gonna be able to notice a little bit of a difference just because I have the same exhaust on my Tacoma. But for you, Dad, you might not notice a little. So now we'll give it a little bit more juice. Now that's really stepping it. But that wasn't too loud, was it?
No.
That's a good, I mean, it has a good, you know, that V6 4Runner noise to it.
Yeah.
That grunt, that's not crazy loud. You can't hear it in your head or anything like that. We're just
step
cruising.
on it on the highway.
We got to pass.
Actually, it's smoother than the original was.
Yeah.
When you go to pass it, it sounds like you're dropping a gear and really going, wah!
Yeah.
This sounds more controlled.
Alright guys, well there you have it. Surprising Dad with a Magnaflow exhaust for the Toyota 4Runner. Yay or nay, do we keep it?
Yay, sounds great.
Alright, so I think Dad likes the new mod. It does sound really good.
It does. It makes the 4Runner sound alive.
Yes. So anyway, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, featuring the 4Runner again. I know a lot of you really like the 4Runner videos, so it's nice to do a fun mod to it. Definitely check out Magnaflow. I'll have their website down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content, and we'll see you guys in the next video.